Well, the long wait is finally over for what I think could actually be the most anticipated Arctic Cat snowmobile in all of Arctic Cat's history. It is the ZR137 Catalyst 858 stroker with ATAC. Now, right up front, the wait for this 858 mil has been nail-biting. The Arctic Cat diehards have been visiting the green blood bank to get their regular injections to keep them alive while they wait for a larger than 600 Catalyst to be released. And it is finally here. The 858 has a mean stance, demands attention, and in my opinion, might just be the best looking sled on snow for 2025. I mean, come on. That green and black screams that the Cat is back, if anything ever did. Now, I will touch on some of the platform specifics in just a moment, but for right now, let's talk about the real news for 2025, the thing that you've all been waiting for, because really, the engine under the hood is what you want to hear about. Now, the previous 8000 series 794 dual-stage injected two-stroke was a significant step up over the older 800 twin sleds before 2018. The DSI 800 produced what Cat called 160 class horsepower. Now we have the new generation 858 stroker built for the Catalyst platform, and with its 8% increase in displacement, we see an 11% increase in horsepower. So with my basic math skills, they must be claiming the new 858 to be somewhere in the mid-170s for power. I mean, 175 to 177 should be rough numbers, but how believable is that? Considering the competition with their turbos are sitting in somewhere around the 180 horsepower range, does this new Arctic Cat mill pull ponies close to what they claim? And obviously not. This is still an 850 class sled, but what I can say is that the power from the seat of the pants feel is extremely good. And this is Arctic Cat's engineering at its best. The 125 Ripsaw struggles to put the 858's power to the ground, and the 4% reduction in overall weight of the engine, with the Catalyst lightweight design and highly effective belt drive, all transfer into a ridiculously potent 850 class sled. The weight numbers are still yet to be determined, but I don't think there's any doubt that this is the lightest naturally aspirated 850 class sled on the market. And you know, it's really the way that the Catalyst places the weight in the chassis. You got the laydown engine as well as that really low CG, and it makes for a sled that you can throw around through the corners on your favorite trail with ease. Now, the sled that I'm testing has the ATAC electronic suspension, and while it's not as tech-heavy as the other smart suspensions, it does give you the ability to quickly soften or stiffen up the ride depending on trail conditions. The AWS 42-inch front end is very confident and doesn't want to lift the inside ski too much. However, I do find that this front end to be trail condition dependent. When the snow is frozen and tight in the mornings and evenings, you'll notice some push through the corners, although less than the 600 showed, and that's possibly due to the extra weight of the engine package. When the snow softens a little or gets run in from other riders, the front end really hits its sweet spot and allows you to summon your inner cross-country racer and lay down corner to corner off the side of the sled carvings. This sled almost feels a part of you, and you'll quickly realize just how big a deal lower weight and low CG really is. Now, when it comes to rear end compliance and rideability, the rear slide action skid really hasn't seen many changes over the years. But in the world of R-Motion and Pro CC, is the slide action up to the job? Well, it works decent and it does provide an okay overall ride, but this is one area that Arctic needs to up their game. And I really feel with a more compliant and better riding rear suspension, the Catalyst would really be up to the game of challenging its competitors from Ski-Doo and Polaris. And that's not to say that the rear skid is bad, it's just that the rest of the industry has been pushing really hard in this department, and the slide action has been around for quite a long time with relatively little change overall. Now, I know one of the areas that you're all wondering about is the G8 display powered by Garmin. Is it as good as Polaris' 7S or the 10.2 from Ski-Doo? And the answer is yes, yes, and a resounding yes. I mean, this thing even has the Track Your Dog app if your puppers has the Garmin tracking collar. Not sure how that's useful, but it is cool. With a company who makes watches like Garmin does and standalone GPS units, I was hopeful it would be everything I could imagine. But truthfully, it's so much more. The ZR858 Catalyst is a promising new package for Arctic Cat for 2025, and it's my opinion that Arctic is a rear skid and a few small adjustments away from not only having the lightest sled in the market, but definitely having a top competitor in the 850 big bore class.